Hello and welcome to the Cricket Illawarra T20 final, University versus Wollongong. I'm joined by Jack Dobson and myself, Aidan Green. Jack Dobson, how are you today, mate?
Well, thanks. Cracking day for cricket. Just saw a great game in second grade come down to the wire. And Wollongong, after that win, now looking to make it a double in first grade.
2 from 2. I think Mitch Hearn thinks otherwise. They've won the toss. They've actually sent Wollongong into bat first, which is interesting. Especially seeing as, what are we in now, the 80th over on the pitch?
Yeah, so it might be getting a bit low and slow, you could say. I saw a ball almost bounce twice, or possibly did bounce twice in second grade, given not out, which is a bit controversial. But I think with that new rock, the ball should be getting through.
We actually have 12 fielders on the pitch at the moment. We have
get a sider on that little child there. Clap him in.
What are you doing? Your son's on the field.
It's Snickers, Scott Smith's son is on the field.
Scott Smith's son there just escorted off. Beautiful start there from Wollongong, trying to get the extra advantage.
He moves faster than his father, Dobbo.
Okay, so we've got probably viewers tuned in all around the world. I'd say Canada, New Zealand, and a few in Tasmania as well. And Thailand, I've heard.
England.
Okay, so
Joshy Norris is going to start us off, and we are underway.
quick single there. I think you'll find in these games, people probably won't go too hard from ball one. Turn over the strike, as you just saw. Just try to build a bit of a base.
And that was Gray off the mark, first ball.
Okay.
Studs facing up. He's skied
Oh.
one. It's going to fall safely, and that'll roll for 4.
And Wollongong are underway. Just as I said there, they won't take risks early, and they've proven me wrong straight away. So
Commentator's curse, Dobbo.
top start from Wollongong. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Johnson Legal. So if anyone's had a criminal charge lately, head down to Johnson Legal and hopefully we'll get off. Possibly a Section 10.
Pagey keeping up with the stumps. Keep him in his crease.
It's interesting watching Pagey keep. It doesn't look like he's got pads on there. And
No, he doesn't. Just
That's
rocks the gloves, old Pagey.
it's a big alpha move, really.
He's an alpha male.
So
All you have to do is shake his hand and you'll find out why.
Yeah, he's assumed dominance there. No pads, keeping up. No lid.
Short sleeves as well.
Slashing us
Oh,
off.
and I think that's hit point in the face. I think that's Glenn Lee at
Could be
point.
A Ben Cutting moment here.
It could be.
Any claret?
That did not look good.
He's on his haunches.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think we've got blood.
All right, calling for the medicos.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, maybe under the eye there. Nasty cut. Not ideal for uni.
I don't know if we organised a 12-man double. I think it might have been me, but I'm not getting out of the commentary box anytime soon.
All right, so we're just got a replay now. Solid square drive, and
Yeah, it's just bounced. It's kicked up late.
it's a nice flat square at Dalton Park, but that's done something different. Yep. And so yeah, Glenn Lee leaving the field there.
There's a
Yeah, so interesting starts. We've had it all this over. We've had a single, we've had a 4, and that looks like a nasty cut under the eye.
Well, 4 balls in and it's absolutely all happening.
Uni just organising that sub-fielder. Any gun fielders at Uni, Aiden, that you know of?
I think there's a few around it. We got 3rd grade just won the premiership, so surely there's someone ready to go. Oh, Kartik. I thought he was playing. Oh, he's 12th man. Oh, there you go.
Now, just while we've got a bit of downtime, being the gambling man I am, I thought I'd put it together a same-game multi. So, listen up, gamblers out there. My big call is Uni to win at $2. I've got most runs for Uni, Mitch Hearn. Most wickets, Reece Voicey. And then also multing that into David Studham, top scorer for Wollongong, into Pushpinder Singh. It's paying a cool 97 to 1, so chuck 10 on that and your Sunday afternoon sorted.
Geez, if I could get those odds, I'd take them any day.
Just through beteasy.com, if you just hit your app up there, Aiden.
It's AN. Yeah.
So, Aiden, as we're just waiting here, I'd like you to nominate your player of the game as we don't go too deep into the match. So, who do you think's going to break the game open for either side?
Good question. Probably, I think Benny Page, actually. Not Andrew Page, but his younger brother. He's in cracking form at the moment. He's coming off 60-odd, a 40-odd, a 30-odd, and he's probably the most underrated cricketer in the Illawarra for me.
Okay,
So that's where my money is.
I have seen him hit a long ball, and I'm a very poor leg spinner myself, and I have played games, and I've definitely made sure I haven't had to bowl to him. So I do see where he's coming from there. Look, I'm going to say Reece Voicey for me. I heard through the week there's a possibility of him not playing, but I think he'll take 4 for.
Well, yeah, he just last week he came off 5 in the semi-final.
I feel 4 for in a 2020 is almost as good as 100. I'm going to say with your 4 overs. So that's my big call. Reece Voicey, man of the match.
Reece Voicey 4 for. I think the way that Mitch Hearn captains, he's probably going to save Reece Voicey until the middle period. Bowl Joshy Norris. Maybe. Who else we got? Shivran's going to bowl. Sahil might bowl the next over, but he likes that. He likes to save his main bowlers for the middle period.
Okay.
Return, and it paid dividends last week against the Berg.
So I think Kieran Gray has pushed a quick 2 there, and 8 off the first over for no wickets is a great start from Wollongong. So I think they'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and it is Sahil Patanya to open the bowling with his off spin.
I guess with all the big bash we've been seeing on TV, no surprises seeing spinners coming on early.
I think it's almost come a part of the norm now to open the bowling with spin in T20 cricket.
So they're only allowed 2 fielders out, so we're just looking. We've got a mid on and we've got a deep square leg. All other fielders need to be inside the circle.
Knowing Studs, he is not going to hold back here. He's going to have a crack.
So big gap identified at cow corner, and they're just kind of pushing the fielder a little straighter than he was at deep square there.
Oh, we should probably mention the umpires as well. Your father.
Yeah, Dave Dobinson at square leg at the moment, and Steve Say.
Oh, he hits his out.
Oh.
There's the first chance, goes begging.
Top fielding from Uni there. Pressure on.
And sorry, the other umpire, Steve
Say.
Two of the greats.
I'd be looking for my father to maybe get a little tired around 5 and the finger to get a bit itchy. So they might play into the hands of Wollongong when they come into bowl. All right, so Kieran Gray on strike here. Can hit a long ball. Oh, back and cutting and
there.
Yeah, no run, not much width there.
Surprised Mitch Hearn isn't opening up with himself. Last time we played down here, I think it was 2 years ago. Uni was in the final, and he's just, the way he bowls, he comes in off a short runner, but he bowls really full, straight, a lot of cutters, and didn't go for many runs. But in saying that, he probably is saving himself for that middle period. Oh, that's 3 dots in a
good
row.
throw too.
Just missing there. Oh, there was a wide.
So he's just, I think, just putting in those, just short of a length outside off stump there. Trying to get the batsman to make the pace. Great cut shot there. Gave himself a little room. Oh, and top fielding.
Great fielding from Toby Dodds.
Now, that's pretty rare in Illawarra cricket, fielding like that. I'd say Uni are probably one of the best training sides. Can't say my club side Akira have practiced that this year. Well bowled again.
Sahil tosses that one up. Single down to 45.
Pretty handy over from Sahil there.
Yeah, I thought so.
And Wollongong have moved on to none for 12. Or 13. Oh, yeah, good man. Good win out there.
Playing this year?
Yeah. Playing a bit of first grade. And
Goes big. Got him.
caught it deep
Brilliant
cover.
catch by Kartik, the 12th man.
And doesn't he love it? Look at the jumping. Sponsored by Toyota, Uni Cricket Club.
And that is a massive wicket. Kieran Gray.
Okay, we've got the replay coming in here. Giving himself a little room. He's got onto it well, and he's picked out deep
Wow,
cover.
what a catch.
And that is possibly Uni's biggest wicket of the match, I'd say, getting Kieran Gray out cheaply.
Okay, and this brings Lachlan Madison to the crease at 1 for 13 of 2.1 overs. Brother of Nick Madison, Dobson.
Yeah, there's a big clan of Madisons I've heard at the Wollongong Cricket Club. Their brother playing for the Stars at the moment, so good pedigree.
Maybe one day Nick will come play as well.
Yeah, you might be able to see him back in the Pinks. You never know.
Is today Jane McGrath Day, just quietly?
It's an extension of, I guess.
Well bowled there from Norris.
And single
Nice
for
and full.
Studham. Right, so Madison facing up for his first ball here. So Uni will be pretty happy with this start. 1 key wicket and no blowouts on the runs as such.
Yeah, it's probably evenly poised at the moment.
Little nice single to get off the mark.
You kind of do expect an early wicket in 2020 with the way that we play.
And unfortunately, I just checked my betting slip and I did have Wollongong to have the highest opening partnership, so that's looking in danger.
Easy single there to Studs.
Pretty disciplined bowling from Uni so far. Not much short stuff or sundries, so
haven't given too much away. And that's a wide.
Probably just over that tram line. Umpire Dobinson spreads the arms. Trust his judgment. So 2 balls to come in this over.
Oh, it's gone big.
And that is
That's
large.
a maximum.
So I think that's only the second ball he's faced there, and he's just launched it over wide mid on. Great connection. And if you're hitting sixes at Dalton Park, you're certainly seeing them well. So as we see on the replay here, clear the front leg. And 6 at the best. Moves Wollongong's score on to 23. Good follow up there, dot ball.
Good
Close out the over.
Morris. 1 for 23 after 3.
So, Aiden, I think it's worth mentioning now that you've actually played for both of these sides. A Wollongong Junior, I believe. And
No, Balgownie Junior, believe it or
right.
not.
So we've got a club hopper here. Balgownie Junior, Wollongong grade player, and now a university grade player. Any insights into Wollongong Cricket Club that you can tell us about?
Oh, not off the top of my head. They're a great club. Great, probably easily the best facilities in the Illawarra. Probably the only club that trains on turf as well, which is quite handy, especially for spinners.
Is that why it moved your spin bowling career on so fast?
It's probably one of the reasons why I did go to Wollongong, because I really like bowling on turf. But yeah, I just wanted to have a crack at first grade young. But now it's more just about playing with mates and playing every other weekend now. It's more about the beers, I think.
Okay. So we're saying Uni has a bit of a social pool.
Uni definitely has a great drinking culture, that's for sure.
Oh, and that's a sensational
Great
shot.
shot from Studs.
Used his feet there, straight over mid-off with a field up. Beautiful shot. And mentioning my same-game multi, starter most runs is looking good.
Wollongong's looking good early here. Toss that one up. Probably tossed that one up a little too much. Gave him too much time. And Studs was just onto it, quick smart. Especially with the field up. Can't give Studs too much. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile. Put that one in quick. He's got a dot ball out of it. Good comeback. Still needs to finish the over strong here. He needs to take his time a bit, Sahil. Oh, and that's
a big error there.
That's a costly misfield. Chaps is going to recover. I said to the boys earlier, I said, if you're nervous, just think It's on YouTube forever.
So it pushes Wollongong's score on to 1 for 30.
Or
Cheeky single.
very cheeky. And Shiv has stopped at that time.
Now, Aidan, I believe the Wollongong Cricket Club, they're called the Lighthouse Keepers. Is that correct?
I believe so.
I thought that was a bit ironic because with a few of these players out of area, I don't think they've ever seen the Wollongong Lighthouse, to be honest,
No,
let alone Belmore Basin.
I'd have to agree with you on that one, Dobbo.
I've heard possibly Wollongong have been called the Man United of the Illawarra Cricket Comp.
They have, except, well, they definitely have the money, but they probably haven't won as many titles, Dobbo.
Maybe this is their day.
Fun fact, I actually won a T20 comp with Wollongong. It was about 8 years ago, I think now. We got into the semis. The semis were washed out. We got into the final. The final was washed out.
Poetic.
One of the great wins. One of the only wins as well, I think.
They're the ones you really cherish.
Yeah.
Slashing shot there, and that's going to run away for
Yeah.
4. Studham again.
It's going to go hard.
Studham's been a quality first grader for Wollongong for a long time, and if he gets going, there's nothing stopping him getting a big score today.
One-handed too, that shot, Dubbo.
Well, I copped a few one-handed sweeps in second grade yesterday, and I was actually bowling to the number 11 for Port Kembla, and I was taken for 16 off and over. So
You know what? I was actually taken for 16 off 1 over 2 yesterday.
got
But it
two
was off my own
quality
demise.
bowlers in the com box.
Yeah.
Great shot
Bit of
through
that.
covers. Chasing hard,
Pick up 2.
trying to reduce
maybe
for
3.
2.
Just the 2.
That score really skipping along now. 1 for 38. Really
Yeah,
like
I
really
think
like the intent from both these batsmen, just pushing it along, but then taking singles in between.
I think Wollongong definitely has the early momentum. 1 for 38 after 4.3 overs. You definitely take that in Illawarra cricketing standards. Maybe even Big Bash standards. Oh, bit of luck there from Studs.
Big inside edge.
And he's just going to take the single.
Run rate just up to 8.44, which is very healthy. So, Aidan, I'd like to know your projected score for Wollongong at the moment.
Well, at this rate, it should be 160, right?
Well, if I was a betting man, I'm going to play with...
I think you are a betting man, Dubbo.
Yeah, we've established that. And let's go with my projected score, 153.
153. I'll go 161.
So just nudging it around nicely here. It's just, there are boundaries, but plenty of 1s and 2s.
Dot ball there.
To close out that over, and we've got an update at 1 for 41.
After 5.
Last over of the power play.
Last over of the power play. And I think we have a bowling change. Young Huey Brighton coming on. He bowls massive in-swingers, Dobbo.
Okay.
Massive.
Big
Hopefully he
hoops.
can do it today. Big hoopers.
I'm just still a little surprised Voicey hasn't had a crack early on, but
But that's
like
as I was saying earlier. That
Yeah, your
Herney,
plan?
his little plan, save his best bowlers for the middle period.
okay.
Just when in those clutch moments, I think.
Well, this is pretty clutch at the moment, so Wollongong's starting to get away from them.
It is.
I'd feel like Studham's going to go downtown here, eyeing off that mid-on region.
Yeah, I think Voicey or Hearn should probably come on just before Studs and Madison get too settled, get too comfortable. You don't want to risk batsmen getting to 20 or 30 because then they could really go on with it, and then before you know it, the game's taken away from you.
Shout out to Mitch Bonney, watching all the way from Dapto, one of the West greats, tuning in. And grass to cover. Oh.
Was that dropped?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. Low chance.
Can we
hit
get a
hard.
replay on that one?
He's limping like it might have hit him in the shins. Getting a bit of stick from the crowd too. So first ball of his spell there. Interesting action, I like it. You can see how he in-swings it. And big appeal
he's
and
given him.
given.
Yep. Big comeback there from Huey.
Right, Studham gone. And what a momentum shift that is. We've just
And just a replay of the caught behind. Great catch there from Pagey. Wow.
were the bails removed there as well?
I'm going for my money's on caught behind.
So we're just checking
have
the
a look.
replay here.
Oh no, it's bowled him.
It's bowled.
Wow. Yep, that's bowled.
And what a great bowling change for uni cricket. It's really changed the momentum there.
And this brings Duncan Madison to the crease. The Madison brothers. Well, good change there from Hearn. A dot ball and a wicket. Removes the captain. Oh no, not the... Is Studs captain today? No, Kieran Gray is captain. Former captain has been removed.
I'd say the game's very evenly poised now with that wicket
I
falling.
think after that wicket, yeah. He's going to get off the mark. First ball, with a single down to 45. Oh, leg by.
As you can see, great eyes in the comm box from myself and Aidan. Got all bases covered here.
What was it? Caught behind and then a leg by.
So 3 balls left in the power play. Well played there.
Yep.
Just opened the face, ran it down for 2. Beautiful cricket. So we've talked about Page keeping up to the stumps there, and he's stayed there and really putting the pressure on Wollongong at the moment, not being able to leave the crease.
Yeah, keeping the batsman in the crease. Handy dot ball there.
It's a fair crowd here at Dalton Park at the moment. The grandstand's full. Plenty of chirp back and forth. Good supporter base for both clubs. Quick hands, but we'll find that's a wide.
I was actually a bit disappointed Shagger wasn't umpiring Dubbo.
He might be driving cabs at the moment, to be fair.
He umpired the second grade final, but I actually have a funny story.
Okay.
I was actually playing a first grade game for Wollongong against Uni. And just as we have oh, no, it's off the thigh guard. And that'll be over.
Fantastic over there.
I was at the non-strikers end.
Yep.
We were 5 for not many. And the batsman in front, he got trapped in front, LBW. Chachi gave him out. And then as he was walking off, he said, "Hey, Greenie, I reckon that was out, eh?" I said, "Chachi, you'd want to hope so, mate."
Being the umpire and all, I like it.
Oh,
Chachi, one of the greats of Illawarra cricket. Classic umpire and all-round man about town. You'll see him down Port Beach most mornings. Change of bowler. We've got Patania coming on for Uni. And now the fielding restrictions have been relaxed. So I think it's good to see, though, Uni not going too defensive, only putting 3 out, especially after that change of wicket.
And Sahil's changing ends here. So that's a bit of a momentum shift back to Uni there. 2 for 45 after 6. Handy dot ball.
So run rate just pegged back to 7.3. Uni be pretty pleased with that. So Duncan Madison there just opening the face for a single. North Dalton Park looking an absolute picture this afternoon. Good to see the weather's held out.
Oh,
Is that the fake man cat?
that was the old man cat.
Well
Hasn't got
flighted
all of
there.
that. Yeah,
Inside edge, but it'll get him too.
I'll get him too, yeah. Well, Dobbo, seeing that it is a final and there's a lot of Madisons here, is Nick Madison here?
All right, we'll have a look.
Just
Might
peek
have
out the window for me.
Might have flown in direct from Melbourne.
Pagey keeping that to 1. That's well fielded. That might be a leg. No. Dot ball.
I like the appeal there. It really throws the umpire out. Sometimes they might forget to spread the arms after the appeals.
I think it worked that time.
Might have flicked the leg, you never know. Great cut shot there.
That might. Oh, they'll probably pick up a few here.
Settle for 2.
And that's over. 2 for 51 after 7.
So Lachlan Madison's moved on to 16 from 11. Duncan is 3 from 5.
I didn't count the wide.
Huey's bowling really well here. First over, 1 for 3.
So
Starts
Aiden,
off with the dot ball.
is Huey a local baller or is he at UAW for a degree?
UAW for a degree. Most of the boys are. I think he's a mudgy boy,
Okay.
just like Mitch Hearn. A lot of
Doesn't
boys
mind a
come
red
from that
wine then,
boys.
maybe?
He doesn't mind a beer, yeah, that's for sure. Doesn't mind a chirp too, just quietly.
Okay.
Often chirps the batsman. He probably will today.
Catching.
Oh,
Oh, well, did well to get a hand there. Kept it to 2. One thing Wollongong might be missing today, they used to have a marquee player called Tim Laws. They might have been missing him today, but I've heard of a few reports within the club that they used to call him the Bernard Tomic of Wollongong Cricket Club. Bit of infighting and things like that. So he's not available for selection today.
I've heard the rumours, but I don't think we should go into it, Dobbo. One thing's for sure, though, I think his runs per dollar was getting a bit expensive.
Yeah, and with the housing crisis at the moment, you just can't be throwing the dollars away.
No.
So Wollongong's still ticking over nicely here. Oh, and
Oh, we've got a
looks like we could have our first free hit.
Is that a front foot no ball? No, over the waist.
And the Cowboy winds it up, Steve Say.
Well, at least it's a change in strike so they can move the field around. As they are now, they're putting quite a lot of fields out to the leg side. Deep cow.
Thank you, Bill.
Could push for 2 here. But well fielded from
Good
Uni on
result
the
for
boundary.
Uni. Just the one off the free hit.
Just back to unavailabilities and player turnover. Aiden, is there a selection criteria or policy at Uni Cricket Club?
Not sure off the top of my head. Usually Uni just sticks by just pure stats, really. They don't really care about ego or anything like that. It's usually just stats, and if you turn up to training, you get picked.
Yeah. I think it used to be a bit like that for the clubs, but I think all you need now is to pay half your fees and score 40 runs in 2004 to get picked.
Well, the way that the Australian side's picking their sides at the moment, it seems like bizarre selection policies is the norm, Dobbo.
I've had a few local players coming up to me and asking, am I playing this year? And it's because they haven't seen me in seconds or thirds. I'm actually snuck into first grade.
Is there a massive player shortage at Kira? No reply.
They just needed a third change spin bowler who bats down the order.
Don't we all? And that's going to put it at 2 for 58 off the 7.5. This is a great fight back from Uni.
I think in past years, this is probably one of the best starts I've seen in first grade T20 finals. There have been some low-scoring affairs.
Oh, I think
That's interesting. Trying the ramp there.
I'm really interested on the replay on this because I honestly think that was out.
Big call.
Yep. Stand by for a replay. His foot definitely did lift. Oh, maybe not from this angle.
Oh,
Yeah.
simultaneous. Great keeping work from Page.
Spectators, bear with us. The side angle is coming. Here we go.
Oh.
That's out for me.
Unfortunately, umpires don't have frame-by-frame technology out there, but
Could Dobbo not do a video replay on that one?
he doesn't have an iPhone, to be fair.
He should just do a live. He should be live streaming, should he not, on his iPhone?
He literally got his first prepaid phone 2 months ago. He's never taken a photo on in his life. Fantastic shot down the ground.
That's an easy fall.
That was Duncan Madison there, putting on a nice partnership between the brothers.
And that brings the partnership to 22 after 18 balls.
Slog sweep attempt there. Okay, so run rate at that 7.7 range here, which I think Wollongong will be happy with. They only lost 2 wickets.
Fielding there for Mitch Hearn. Handy dot.
You might have faced a few of these bowlers in the nets. Much turn from the offies at uni, Aiden?
Oh, yeah, a little bit here and there. When I do turn up to training, though, that is Dubbo. Once in a blue moon.
Quick run out chance.
Oh.
And not gathered by the bowler.
Another chance has gone begging.
Probably a direct hit needed there, I'd say.
Yeah, but that is about 3 chances now in the field that Uni haven't taken. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite them.
So I feel like the both the Madisons here have got themselves in and will be looking to really push it along the next few overs.
I think he heard you, but
Nice slog sweep attempt.
no result.
Looks like he's followed his Star Brothers lead and got a bit of ink there. A few tough stamps.
Fired
that's
in there.
Fantastic shot over cover.
Wasn't the worst delivery, though. 2 off. And that'll be 2 for 69. Dinner for 2 after 9.
Beautiful. Okay, so projected scores, like we were talking about, I think that 150, 160 mark's looking pretty bang on.
Yeah, especially with 8 wickets in hand. 11 overs to go. Reece Voicey still hasn't come on to bowl after 9 overs. Or Mitch Hearn. But it does look like he's warming up. I'd say he probably will be bowling the next over, Dubbo.
Yeah, I think Mitch Hearn probably another key for Uni here, his all-round ability. A couple of years ago, there was a final here between Uni and Bally, and he hit some of the biggest sixes I've ever seen out of the ground into the car park. So,
Yep.
looking forward to seeing him bat.
It's an interesting game, cricket. I was batting at 6, he was batting at 8. Don't ask me why that was.
Well, the captain's got that wrong.
Absolutely. Captain Chaps, by the way.
Well, that probably explains it, I guess. James
Explains
Chappell
why
out
he's
there.
not captain as well.
Yeah, not a great cricketing brain, Chappell. Never played with him, but
That's a bit harsh.
he used to play for West, so speaks for itself.
That's fair enough. Trying to get the West brain out of him, says Mags.
It's been a pretty impressive spell from the top end here. Like Aiden mentioned, big in swing.
Brilliant spell.
We actually have a Kira player called Richard Piper who bowls quite similar, but
Off the wrong foot.
yeah,
Yep.
I don't think our uni bowler here would ever like to see Pipes bowl because it's probably an offensive comparison. So they've ticked along 2 for 70. Full ball. Hit a gap there, but looks like only one. Looks like James Chappell down there
Decent throw.
on his bike.
Maybe he heard you.
Thinking cricketer.
Well, old James Chappell, when he's not posting his stats on Facebook, you can probably find him singing out of tune at the harp or selling raffle tickets at North Gong Pub. Or looking for bed bugs in his bed.
Right. Dirty share house.
No, he had his own place. He's back home at the moment. He's not a fan of bed bugs.
And an overthrow there. Uni just gone
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit
runs.
flat, I think, with this partnership. It's kind of swung the momentum back in Wollongong's way.
Yeah, they're kind of just going through the motions here as the scores creeped up to 73 after 10. That run rate's still at 7.3, and only before it was in the mid-8s. So, yeah, they're going along nicely, the Madison brothers, Dobbo.
Yeah, well,
Well,
class
just as
must
we
run
look
in
at the
the
crowd
family.
here,
Big crew on the hill.
if you're watching live, don't be afraid to come down. There's a little bit of room left. And here we go, Reece Voicey, the destroyer.
So we'll just do
It's
a
coming
score
on.
update on the batsmen. We've got Lachlan Madison, 23 off 21, and Duncan Madison, 13 off 15. So great partnership here. But my prediction is Voicey to break it wide open in this over.
Yep, especially after last week coming off a fifer. He's in great form. This is a pivotal moment in the game.
I've played a little bit of indoor cricket with Reece, and he used to bowl off 2 steps and hit people in the throat, so he's a good bowler.
Starts off with a dot.
Voicey steaming in.
This
And
might
that,
be out. Oh, no.
oh dear. That is not ideal for Uni. Aiden, thoughts?
That's on YouTube forever, Dubbo.
Yeah, right. I've seen some catches put down, and then I've seen some catches put down.
You've got to be catching that.
You can't blame the sun either. It's a little overcast here.
Well, let's hope it doesn't cost them too many.
Pushing hard for 2 here. And I think Chappell just on his haunches down there at third man. Really should have kept it at 1.
I think he might have an earpiece in, Dubbo.
Okay, just looking at this drop catch here. My call was Voicey to take the wicket, and he did everything but. And hands like feet. It's a captain killer, that one. What's Mitch Hearn like as a captain? Is he giving him a spray, or is he lifting his spirits?
No, he's definitely lifting his spirits. He's a he's a gentleman of the game, Mitch Hearn. Doesn't say a bad word about anyone.
I think Voice is a bit the same. Cool
Yeah.
and calm under pressure.
That's in the gap.
2 again.
2 again, yep.
I think those 2s are going to start hurting Uni here.
Just as the crowd starts to get a bit more involved, you can sense that momentum swung back to Wollongong now after that drop catch. Uni desperately want a wicket here.
Yeah, one ball to come here. I feel like this is going to be a boundary or a wicket. I'm calling it now.
I'm with you, Dubbo. Here we go, straight up in the air.
Sky ball. Mitch Hearn coming
Hearn,
under
the
it.
captain.
And taken.
Yeah. Too cool for school.
How about the call there? Boundary or wicket. And Mitch Hearn, ice cold
What do you
under
call
that
it,
catch.
Dubbo? Just quietly though, what were the odds?
We'll go back to the replay. Advancing. It's got the toe end of the bat. These catches are hard and they look. He's camped under it there and taken it nice and safely. And he might just go rub the head of that other player that dropped the catch just to let him know. That's how you do it.
So that costed 3 runs in the end there. So Shiv will definitely be feeling better about himself. And that brings Zach Blattner to the crease at 3 for 79 after 11. Run rate going steady at 7.18. So Duncan Madison's moved on to 16 off 17.
So Voicey, he just couldn't keep himself out of the wickets there. Probably deserved 2 in his first over.
Yeah, it's a big momentum shift for Uni. And Huey's going to continue his spell. Huey's bowling really well here. He has 3 overs, 1 for 15. With 9 dots in there as well. So very handy. It's been a top spell. Ooh, not far away there.
Just checking the Facebook stream here. I've got a few viewers throwing a bit of chirp around. I'm hearing reports that Wollongong are on a light beer only policy, so a few Hahn lights getting around for Wollongong if they hold up the trophy.
I'm sure they'll be at champs in a matter of hours. Win, lose or draw the first grade. Second grade are definitely going to be there.
Now I think that wicket's just going to slow that run rate a little bit. And as we can see, it's just dropped under 7.
Down, yep. Well fielded. Kept it to 1.
So our current projection is 139 if they keep it this rate.
Single there, mid-wicket.
Been very impressed with this in-swing bowling. I think might be a dying art, swing bowling to a certain extent. You don't see it that much these days, but if you can move the ball.
Well, especially when you're not allowed to sandpaper the ball anymore, Dubbo.
You never know with uni cricket though. Crafty. They don't send them to UAW for nothing.
Well, yeah, we're not called the books for no reason.
A degree in biomechanics.
Well bowled there.
Yeah, quality dot ball. Page's keeping very impressive. Just
Brian.
going back to when we were talking about selections, Aiden, have you got any funny stories about worst excuses for being unavailable?
Not really, hey.
Well, it just so happens that I do.
I know you do.
So
I'm glad you cued it in.
I've never been a selector myself, but I do feel for them, especially in this day and age where, you know, playing a full season is a foreign thing. But I'll just rattle off a few excuses I've heard from Kira cricketers. The first one, a young male at our club actually had to go to a cosmology camp, study the stars and things like that, which we thought was pretty interesting. Another one, he couldn't play because his partner's dog died. So the selectors found that one a bit hard to stomach, but it was a loving family member. But I would say that both these clubs today probably would have their full strength sides on the paddock.
Yeah, I think most players were available. I think Sean Thompson was definitely unlucky to not be selected. But Mitch Hearn decided to go with the same winning side as the semi-final. He decided not to change it at all.
Full toss
Just
there.
as
Hasn't timed it.
oh no,
It's fallen short.
Shiv coming off a handy 4 for last week against the Berg. Let's see if he can repeat last week's performance.
Another unavailability story I've heard. A young guy at our club. He wasn't 18. He was a little older. He actually went up to schoolies, not as a genuine schoolie, to hand out red frogs on the strip.
This is going to be out. Yeah.
And well held.
Great catch there from Voicey. Returns the favour for Shiv.
And looks like the big dogs from uni are standing up. Voicey and Hearn here, changing the match.
4 for 82. And the run rate's slowed down now to 6.65 as we go to the June media.
Full toss here, dropped on him a
replay.
little bit. Decent connection, but as spoken about earlier, long boundaries here at Dalton, even though they're roped in. And well held by Voicey.
And that brings Cooper Madison to the crease. A lot of Madisons. Very fertile, Dubbo.
Good breeding clan out of Warilla, I believe.
I suppose there's not much else to do down there.
There's a few good pubs and there's the lake and, you know, some nice surfing waves, Bass Point. Well, that's more Shore Harbour, I guess.
Yeah. There's Warilla Pub.
All right, so we're looking at the score now. We've got 4 for 82, and I think our predicted scores are way off at the moment because I feel like, you know,
Oh, mine is way out. 161, no way.
I'm looking at 130 now, to be honest. Got a left-handed batsman now on strike, which should mix it up a little bit. It's always easy for the captain, just right-hander after right-hander, so this should, I'd say, favour Wollongong slightly. Once again, big thanks to Johnson Legal, our coverage sponsor. They've been a big supporter of Illawarra cricket. And also just a big shout out to Illawarra cricket in general. They've been doing the coverage now of the T20s for,
I think 5 years now.
I think this is the 5th year. And
Yep, it's fantastic.
I think it's really brought a bit of a buzz to the comp. Nice cover drive there.
Yeah, talking to the boys, I think they were just happy to even just play in the final. To just see, have a look at their techniques. Have a look how poor they are.
And just with Madison getting off this, off strike there, it looks like they're born with the elbow up, straight out of nappies, those guys. Great
Oh,
batsmen.
we're on here.
Full toss again.
Oh, no. And
He's knocked it over the bar like Mark Viduka.
Dropped it for 6.
So another fully here. Just below waist height, otherwise a no ball. And
Oh, wow. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him.
tipping it over the bar. Oh, and listen,
Another drop.
crowd going wild here.
Mitch Hearn's got to rally the troops here.
As you can see, the cool heads of Mitch Hearn and Voicey just telling the other boys to stop losing your minds. Composure needed from Uni here.
2 absolute dollies put down. He's actually knocked that one on for 6, Dobbo.
Yeah, we do see on TV, we see them catching them and throwing back to
They usually knock it back inside, though. That's the thing.
You're not going to see that here.
He actually knocked that one behind himself.
All right, score update. 4 for 91. 13 overs gone, run rate bang on 7. Duncan Madison playing a great innings on 26. And his brother, the third brother, 1 off 1.
So Voicey's changed ends now.
Strategic. He's a thinking man's cricketer, Voicey. A primary school teacher like myself, so.
Mitch Hearn still hasn't bowled.
Captain Keith.
No, but he's not even going to be able to get his full quota in now. With only 7 overs left. It's very interesting.
Do you feel like he'll maybe bowl 2 at the end?
You'd like to think he'd bowl at least 2. I'd be bowling the full 4 if I was captain. Just as the score trickles up to 4 for 91, 7 overs to go, they're going to get a decent total here, Wollongong. Well bowled from Voicey.
Quality Yorker, but well played there.
Cooper picks up 2.
Quality bowling from Voicey there. As you can see, they're only scoring off quality balls, so he really hasn't given any loose stuff.
Yeah. So what do you want?
So I'm gonna throw out another prediction. I'm predicting another Voicey wicket here. 4 more balls left in this over.
Single down a long off. Chaps.
What's that? Game evenly poised here. We've got a set Madison on strike and his younger brother ticking it over nicely at the other end.
Nice little nudge in the gap. Dodsey. Another misfield. That brings the score to 4 for 95 after 13.4. Run rate has creeped back up to 6.95. It's probably over par though, Dobbo. 6.95.
Yeah, I'd say.
Just as a beautiful shot there.
If you can get over 100 and you kind of launch that last 5 overs, you're in a really good position.
Yeah.
And quality running too. They've managed 3 there.
Good running there from the Madison boys.
And if anyone's been watching the Big Bash lately, it's not as crazy to say that Illawarra cricket might produce a Big Bash star. We've got former Kira player John O'Cook playing for Sydney Thunder at the moment. So,
Yep, shout out to John O'Cook. Interesting story, Dubbo. I actually used to bowl ahead of him in under 21's Colts. I would bowl first change, Jono would bowl second change. Now I can't bowl for shit. I play second grade. That's life.
the ups and downs, say, of grade cricket.
Yeah, I actually caught up with Anthony Butler the other week at the new James Squires pub. He told me a similar story after talking about John O'Cook. He said, and you know him, the Williams brothers, Matt Williams, Simon Williams, Kira legends, they said in their Bradman Cup, Simon Williams actually scored 100 against Tom Cooper.
Yeah.
His father, Mr. Williams, got Tom Cooper to sign his bat for him. He said, my son actually scored 100 against you in the Bradman Cup. Tom Cooper wrote, I made it, you didn't.
That is quality. No one likes a has-been unless you are that has-been like myself and Aiden.
Absolutely. And that's why we're sitting here, Dubbo.
If you're talking about big wickets, my biggest scalp is Moses Henriquez.
Me too.
Mustn't be able to play spin. Not poor quality spin anyway.
What's your story?
He was out on 96, we'll put it that way. So Wollongong's still ticking over nicely here. As you can imagine, the brothers have got great communication between the wickets, not missing any singles. Duncan Madison's moved on to 30, going it better than runner ball. Nice shot down the ground there. Very impressed with the young left-hander. He's hit the ball crisp from ball one and just turned the strike over nicely. Wollongong moving on to 103. Another full toss, but straight up.
Line.
Mitch Hearn under again.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
It's just...
I feel like he might have got balked by the bowler or the stumps there.
It's just drop catches are just infectious, I think. The pressure's really getting to Uni now. That's
I
three
think
drop
that's-
catches,
I
three
think
absolute
that's the
sitters.
bowler's catch there. I think the bowler...
At the end of the day, it's someone's catch, Dobbo, and it didn't happen. That is a dolly.
Ooh.
It's just not happening for him here, Uni.
Yeah, sky ball, and we were talking about Hearn being cool and calm under pressure, and
Let's hope it doesn't affect his batting, Dobbo.
top ball to finish there.
I think we've got a replay coming up of the drop catch. Here we go. Another juicy full toss.
And then,
Probably was Mitch Hearn's catch.
yeah, I think
Let's hope it doesn't get to him when he bats. Still got a big job ahead.
Uni's grasped about 4 or 5 chances now, so...
Yeah. Missed run outs, missed the stumping before, for me, was probably out. 3 catches. There's probably five
So
chances there.
Another angle of the catch here, so advancing, so it can't be a no ball. It's just gone straight up and straight through.
Yeah. Well, 5 overs to go. 4 for 104. Wollongong's going to be looking to put on at least another 50 here, I think, Dobbo.
Yeah, I think they back themselves to get, you know, that 8 or 9 and over.
And that's a good score,
yeah,
150.
10 and over would be a big bonus. Great shot. And that's Duncan Madison there. That's almost the shot of the match so far. He's hit that straight over cover and flown to the fence for 4. Is there there's a bit of the season to go after this T20, Aiden. Do you think the uni boys might watch some of this video and you know, analyse the fielding practice for later in the year?
Oh, absolutely. They'll be watching this tenfold, I think.
Squirted over cover.
They might fast forward the drop catches, though, I think. So there'll be a bit of fast forwarding to do. But knowing that we ended up at the TCs a few years ago there, and we ended up watching it a few times, even though we lost off the last ball. Yeah, I think the boys will be kicking themselves.
Yeah, TV
That's
can
not over
always
yet.
be a big reality check. Sometimes seeing yourself playing sport on the box for the first time can really make you understand how bad you are.
I even remember, 100%. I remember catching a ball in the deep, and as soon as it went up, and I thought, Aiden, you have to catch this, otherwise it's on YouTube forever. It's on the internet forever.
Did you catch it?
I did, and you called it too, Dobbo. Thanks.
Oh, there you go. All's well that ends well. Another crisp shot down the
that's
ground.
a beautiful shot there from
The
Cooper
timing on
Madison.
And
Can we get a replay on that?
yeah, he might have managed to keep it inside there. It was the
I'm
front.
not sure. Looked like 4 from here.
We were a little harsh on Chappell before, but that might have been his play of the day so far.
And bear with us, because we have a replay coming up. The pitch has really flattened out. Maybe the pitch is like, coming in after tee. The wicket's flattened out, easy to bat on now. As we load up the replay.
Check this fielding effort.
Let's have a look. That's 4.
Well, the uni man himself's called 4. I couldn't see the line myself. Touch and go.
I think that's 4.
All right, Voicey. Last ball, the over.
They might get 2 here. Yep, and they will. Very sneaky there from Wollongong.
That was well fielded by Hearn there, but safely in. The Madison brothers on fire.
So, 4 for 112, 114, mind you, after 16 with 4 to go. That 150 looks very approachable, Dobbo.
Yeah, I think with 6 wickets still in hand, they've just sent a little message out there, maybe a change of gloves. They've really...
Mitch Hearn still hasn't bowled. The only thing I can think of is injury. He's back. He has had a few back problems this season with his bowling. But looking at the fact that there's only 4 overs left and he hasn't bowled a single over, and he's probably one of the premier bowlers in the team, if not the comp, he must be injured.
Okay,
Shot over goes up.
There. Drop short.
Voicey brings it in off the half volley.
Yeah, this partnership's really pushed on nicely here.
Now, the partnership's actually pushed out to 33 after 23. Oh, just over mid-off. And that goes for 4. Another half chance goes begging for the books. Maybe they weren't studying hard enough last night, Dobbo.
Yeah, the bookkeepers, I think it's out of session at the moment, to be fair. Unless a few of the boys might have failed a few classes and up in summer session.
And no, I don't think they're doing summer session, mind you.
Maybe that's their problem.
Yep. Maybe they could take a lesson on how to field.
Fantastic shot from Duncan. Rocks back, cut shot.
Yep.
This looks like back-to-back fours here.
That'll be an easy 4.
Oh,
Oh,
and just as we call the easy 4, it's
he's kicked it in. 12th man Kartik.
use the boot there to save one. So that run rate now climbing back to mid-7s. Another strong shot down the ground.
Easy single. Cooper just going to walk that in.
I'm wondering if Wollongong has any firepower down the order. I don't know their team list that well, but
I think they bat pretty deep. Wollongong.
deep.
Blake Owen still to come in. So Blake Owen coming in at number 7. That's very handy for Wollongong. Another
Full
fully.
toss. Tell you what, the full tosses have provided plenty of opportunities for wickets today. And I know that myself because that's how I've taken the majority of my wickets.
Shit gets wickets. Dubbo.
Well articulated.
Thanks, mate. Very eloquent.
All right. 4 for 124. Run rate 7.29. We've got 3 overs to go.
And that pushes Duncan Madison on to 46 after 34. He's pushed his strike rate up a lot. Cooper Madison's on 14 after 13, keeping it steady. And just as I was talking about Mitch Hearn, he's bringing himself on to bowl in the 18th over. So he can bowl a maximum of 2. This is very, very pivotal moment in the game. Uni desperately trying to keep Wollongong under that 150 mark. Starts with a chance, first ball.
No one there.
Oh, and another drop catch.
And Boise did make the ground, but that's a tough chance there.
They're just not backing themselves, Uni.
I think he's done well to get there just quietly, but yeah, it probably is the 6th or 7th chance gone down. Churn. In the gap there, easy 2. And
that's 50 for Duncan Madison. That's a well played 50. He kept ticking the strike over there. Finds himself on 50 in the final. Tries a lap sweep. He's given him. Great comeback there from Hearn.
huge wicket for University there.
Plum in front.
Looked like the lap sweep.
Off 48 balls.
Have Uni missed a trick there with Hearn not bringing himself on earlier?
Well, I called it from the start, Dobbo. Got to have your premier bowlers on early. No good bringing them on when there's 128 runs in front of you.
Here. Yeah, look, he's gone across there and sit him on the knee roll. Great innings there from Duncan Madison.
Well batted from Duncan Madison. He's got a big
Huge
crowd
applause from
ovation
the crowd.
of 37 balls faced. That's a good knock. And that brings Blake Owen to the crease with 2.5 overs to go.
As we mentioned earlier, we've got listeners from all around the globe in Australia. I've got Jeremy Toswell listening in from the Mornington Peninsula. And I'd just like to ask Jeremy, what's the Tinder radius like that down there?
It's gone up, big first ball. He's out, first ball.
And who would believe Uni have held a catch? Absolute scenes down here at Dalton Park.
And that's going to put Hearn on a hat-trick. Just look at that. Hearn comes on, takes 2 wickets in his first over.
So another sky ball, not as high, and
Good catch from Toby Dodds there. He smacked his head.
And the boys get around him there.
And that brings Pushpinder Singh to the crease. Dubbo, do you have a story for us about Pushpinder Singh?
I do actually. He's actually bowled more balls in the Kira nets than any Kira play this year, but still not to play a game for us. Kira's greatest ever net bowler, Pushpinder Singh.
Did you end up charging him fees?
Well, the run-ups were warned, so we did actually invoice him for quarter fees, but we haven't heard back. He loved bowling. We'll see him bowl later. He's a
quality bowler. Probably
Yeah.
one of the premier bowlers of the comp.
So, leg side ball.
Leg side, they're going to get away with... Oh, it's a wide.
Yeah.
Hearn not happy.
Hearn with 2 wickets off and over, and he's only going to be able to fit 2
Yeah.
in. Interesting.
Yep, very interesting.
So, Jeremy from Mornington Peninsula just told me he's had 3 dates this week, and the Pinot Noir down here is a fine drop. So if anyone's looking for a change of scenery in women, Morning Peninsula in Victoria is your go-to. All right, so score on 130. I think Cooper Madison's key here. Pushpinder only just coming to the crease. 6 down. Projected scores look, they'd be doing really well to get 150. It is possible.
Looks like they're just going to work it around. Duncan's going to farm the strike. Going in to the last 2 overs. Brings the score to 6 for 132.
So the Brains Trust at uni out there just talking about what they're going to do in these last 2 overs. And no surprises there. Voicey coming in to roll his 4th over. We've got Cooper Madison on 15 or 14. And the new batsman just 1 off 1.
So Voicey's going to be bowling his final over of the innings. Probably with Hearn to bowl the 20th, Dubbo.
You'd think so after that double wicket breakthrough.
Yeah.
Right, so Uni just trying to get their field set here. We've got a 3rd man. We've got deep cow. We've got mid on, mid off back. Might be targeting covers here.
Oh, he's bowled a bumper. He's given him.
And caught behind.
Great wicket there from Reece Voicey.
It's the first bumper we've seen today, and it's paid dividends.
He doesn't usually bowl the bumper, Voicey. We often tell him to bowl the bumper. He's done it there, and he's been rewarded.
And that was quick too, fending
Oh,
off.
that's a brilliant ball.
That's quality.
That's a big wicket as well. It's going to put him down at 7 down. Only 132 at the board. Maybe 150 is lurking too far ahead, Dubbo.
Yeah, I think Uni have just got their backs up here. They're rolling hot. Shows you what happens when you take a few catches, I guess.
Still a handy knock, though. Young
Yeah.
Madison.
Yeah, great putt.
Here's the replay.
Oh, he's charged
He's
him,
charged
actually.
him too.
That's great bowling. Saw him coming and dug it in, and see you later.
Great snare there from Andrew Page. Page has gone unnoticed. He's kept very well today.
And the great coverage we've got today is from Jum Media. You can see the angles, got all bases covered here. Crystal clear HD, so thanks to the guys for teeing it up for us and providing all these angles. It's fantastic.
Where?
And a quality over from Voicey there, despite the boundary.
Yeah, no, it's still a quality over.
7 for
And
139.
Voicey finishes his spell. 4 overs, 5 dots, 2 for 32.
See if you Uni players sinking some alcoholic beverages on the hill there, revelling in possibly the third grade win.
And fourth grade, mind you.
Could be a big day for Uni Cricket Club today, and even a bigger afternoon at the Wollongong Hotel. Shout out to their sponsors.
Yep. New sponsorship. It's doing well.
All right, last over, Hearn in here.
Just
Guided
the
for one.
We'll take that, Uni, definitely. As long as they can keep this under 150. Definitely chase down anything 150-ish, Uni, with their batting lineup.
Second ball.
It's going big.
Elevated over mid-off, but falling short.
Boise on the half volley.
Going for two.
Got it. Well run. Uni boys got to be on their toes here. They got to know that Wollongong's going to be pushing as hard as they can.
Yeah, I think at Dalton Park, you got to be fielding at least 5 or 10 off the boundary.
Yeah, you got to be absolutely charging in.
I think they are off maybe 5 off,
Little
maybe
bit,
5
yeah.
in more.
And so is the boundary.
Another shot down the ground.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. Oh. And it's our boy James Chappell.
Oh, Jimmy Chaps. Oh, mate.
They've put the mock on him hard today.
I can't wait to have a beer and talk to you about that one, mate.
Tip of the hat too.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Chaps.
Deary me. It's just been the way they fielded all day, really.
Off the captain's bowling too. Little ramp there. 2 on the cards. Ooh.
Uni really got to make sure that this, doesn't follow them into the sheds with their batting. They just got to regroup, start again,
I think
and just chase the total.
Pushpinder's a great guy to have in here. I hear he plays a lot of last man standing, so he'd know the short game well. Possibly a rock lobster, if anyone knows the team. Great bunch of blokes.
Is he really a rock lobster? That brings me and you back to about 10, 15 years. The old indoor cricket days.
Yeah, rock lobsters out of the North Wollongong Indoor
Are they still
Centre.
going?
Great bunch of blokes. Can't fault any of them.
Couldn't say a bad word about them.
No. Just great cricketers and
even better blokes.
and that's the end
That's
of
a
the
wrap.
innings there. This is going to be a great run chase this afternoon. Wollongong have finished on 147. Run rate required, 7.35. And I think both teams will think they're in with a big shot here. High fives from the Uni boys. And I think the Wollongong guys did really well there. We'll see you after the break.
Okay, boys.
Where's everyone going?
They just put shit away.
Come on, boys.
And welcome back to North Dalton Park. Uni needing 150 to win. Equates to 7.5.
Just got a message from the betting affiliate Chris Parks from beteasy.com.au. He's put Uni at a very generous $2.85. We'd like to take that bet on now.
That brings Mitch Hearn and Andrew Page opening the innings.
Just spoke to a betting affiliate from BetEasy, Chris Parks. He's put Uni's odds at a very generous $2.85 for the win. And a nice single to get off the mark for Captain Hearn. I was speaking to a few of the peanuts in the crowd just then. They're a bit surprised Mitch Hearn's opening the batting. Thoughts, Aiden?
Oh, personally, I'm not surprised at all. I think you've got to have your premier batsman take it to him. He often does bat either 3 or 4. I think Chaps is coming in at 3. He's a genuine opener, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. If they win, I guess it works, and if not, I guess we can criticise them. Pagey is coming off a mammoth 128 last week against Dapto. So if Pagey can continue his form, Uni could definitely get over the line.
Oh, that's costly
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's going to be
costly.
4 buys.
4 wides, I think, if it's down the leg.
Actually, true.
Oh, no. 4 runs.
Right.
Must have got a bit of bat on there.
Got a feeling
yeah.
with this big score that they've put their two big guns in to try to clear the field in that power play. Thoughts, Aiden?
Yeah, that's definitely an option. I think Benny Page, Andrew's brother, has been opening in the T20s and actually doing really quite well. So maybe that is a tactic. Maybe 150 is more than they thought they were going to be chasing. But yeah, why not put your 2 premier batsmen in and try and get off to as best start as possible and not leave too many to chase at the end.
Yeah, I think that's it in local cricket. We don't really have any MS Dhonis that can really be cool-headed down the order, so getting ahead of the game's the key.
Line nice and full.
I think what we'll find here, if he misses that Yorker, Page is probably going to hit him over the top for 6. He'd be looking down the ground here. We do have a wide mid-on, but mid-on, mid-off vacant at the moment, up on the circle.
Bowling well here, Mohammed Sheikh. Nice and full. Uni mustn't lose too many wickets in this first power play, Dobbo. Otherwise, they'll find themselves on the back foot, and I think the pressure of the final will get to them. Oh,
Totally agree. I think if these guys can skate into maybe the 4th, 5th over, they're definitely a chance, but they are the key, I'd say.
Yeah, they're definitely the key. So that's 7 off the first over. So we're evenly poised after 1.
Right,
And that
looks like
Madison.
yeah, Lachlan Madison
Lachlan
coming on
Madison,
to
yeah.
bowl.
Yeah. A pen. Still got.
So Lachlan Madison just tying back the hair here. I know we've got lots of listeners at home, so if you've got any stories or anything worth mentioning, make sure you comment on the Facebook link and we'll be sure to check it out. Just moving the side screen at the moment. Looks like we'll be bowling left arm. Right arm. Right arm off spin, but around the wicket.
One of the arms.
I got there. Covering all bases here in the com box.
Playing a miss.
Just got a little darker out there at the moment. I wonder if the white ball might be a little hard to see. Maybe Wollongong getting a better of the batting conditions.
Oh, another playing a miss.
Yeah, a bit of a replay of that first ball, just kind of skidding through.
It's better from Pagey. It's all right, just as long as he doesn't get out, you know.
Yeah, I think I like Page giving himself a few balls.
Yep,
we
definitely.
know his strike power. He'll definitely score a better than a runner ball if he gets over 10 or 20.
If he finds himself in after, 6 or 7 overs, he can absolutely take this game away from Wollongong. He's just got to stay in.
So single there to Page. Hearn on strike, and we know he really likes that square leg region. And no boundary is big enough for him, so wouldn't be surprised if he goes aerial in the next few balls. Bowling good lengths here. You can't really get under that, so well bowled, Madison.
That's a single for Mitch Hearn. Ever since Mitch Hearn's returned from his stint in England, he's just been piling on the runs and the wickets, Dobbo. One of the premier all-rounders in the comp. Probably the premier all-rounder in the comp.
And that is
It's a great
very
over.
tidy over.
Yep.
Uni none for 9.
So none for 9 after 2. No wicket though. Steady start.
Got a feeling it looks like maybe Uni are picking a few bowlers to target, so they're buying their time, not getting ahead of themselves. Nudge for one on the leg side.
Smart cricket there from Hearn. Looks like they're not willing to take too many risks early. Dobbo.
Just looking out, they do have the leg side covered, but I'm still feel like Page, if he can get that length, he's going over mid-off and mid-on here.
His wagon wheel really goes anywhere, Page. Premier batsman. This is smart. I like this from Page. Got to get himself in. He's charged.
Yorker length again. Well bowled.
Single down the mid off.
Disciplined bowling here from Wollongong. We'll find that run rate start climbing quite high. But like we were saying, these batsmen are capable of taking, 10 to 20 off and over if they're in.
Yeah, as long as you have those wickets in hand, don't think they'll be too worried about the run rate.
I guess in the Big Bash cricket, we've kind of seen that lately. Big Bash came on the scene and we thought it was all about getting 200, but we've seen lots of games won with, 120, 130. So
Yeah.
I think not losing wickets early, definitely a big factor in winning games.
Just got to look at MS Dhoni. The way he plays, he's not afraid to leave 30 or 40 off the last 3 overs. Cool, calm customer. He ends up getting them over the line with 1 over to spare.
I've also got a feeling that Dhoni might have some shares in some TV rights, just trying to stretch out those games as long as possible. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Well bowled Yorker there.
Yep.
Only one though.
Studser. Three off. Run rate of only 4, and that's going to push the run rate up to 8.1. But no wicket.
Now, we don't have a stunk mic out there today, but Aiden, sledging, that's all the media wants to talk about at the moment. I'm putting you on the spot here. What's the best sledge you've ever heard in local cricket?
Ooh, to me personally, or
Oh, whatever springs to mind, I guess.
what's the best sledge? I don't know. What's the best sledge you've ever heard?
I do have one in mind. I'll just wait for this ball. Single there. I wouldn't say it was it wasn't too creative, but I was bowling against Corrimal, and so maybe 10 years ago. 3 full tosses in over for 2 wickets. I got 2 for none in one of my first ever first grade games, and Adam Brown, a Corrimal stalwart, looked me in the eye and said, "That is the worst over I've ever seen ever, bar none." And he meant it. He wanted to kill me. And I said, "Thanks, Adam." And yeah, it was pretty brutal, but honest and fair.
I can actually remember playing down at Kira Village, down your way, and sledging one Graham Batty. I ended up dropping him at slip, and he went on to get 200. And he's just pulled the trigger too early there, Page.
Yeah, we talked about him looking to go over mid-off or mid-on, and he just hasn't got enough.
No, that's very costly. Brings Chappell.
Let's watch the replay here. So I think it was Pushpin to Singh at mid-on there. He's just got the inside edge of the bat. And that might be the difference between the two teams, just taking those catches. So if I'm looking at the target at the moment, we've got 137 from 99. So big pressure on the Uni boys at the moment. But we've got Chappell that's come to the crease. I'd say Chappell's strongest area through point. Would you agree, Aiden?
Strongest area is probably blocking it.
Right.
To be honest,
She got
doesn't
a few
come too
balls.
handy in this game.
Well, there we go. I've called it. Through point there. And Thor Maddinson just bowling really well here. Chappell looking to get off strike early here to alleviate that pressure.
Oh, and he's put him down.
Talking about drop catches, there is another one.
He did middle that though.
Yeah. I don't mind that. There's intent there. That's 4 if it, meter and a half left to right.
That's a nothing shot.
Yeah, it's pretty clinical from Wollongong at the moment. They are all over.
Was that a
them.
wicket, Maiden? One off. 1 for 1. Wow. Great over there. And that's 4 overs. 1 for 13. Uni are absolutely on the back foot after 4. Interesting, seeing as they chose to bowl first, they chose to chase. So, they've got a bit of a task ahead. Can't afford to lose any more wickets, but they also need to push the run rate up.
So Uni sticking with the same bowlers here.
The men are playing.
Wollongong, sorry. Only 2 overs left in the power play, and I feel like Uni going to need to get the 30 here if they're a chance to chase in this.
Let's not call it too early though. We do remember Mitch Hearn a few years back. We were absolutely out of it. Next minute, it came down to the final ball. It's not over till the fat lady sings. They do bat down low, Uni. We've got plenty of batsmen. And they're not going to go down without a fight.
So Chappell's still on naught here, looking to get off strike. So Hearn's probably had enough siders here and to back himself to get a few over the fence. And there's his strong area there.
There it is.
And that's 4.
That's a great shot there from Chappell.
Now, just how I know that, we've got a bowler at Kira Cricket Cup, Neil Honover, who likes bowling short outside off stump and normally feeds Chappell 30 to 40 runs on the cut shot.
Chappell often does say he likes to face Neil Honover. Loves a cut.
So short outside off stump, and that's a Honover special right there. He's cutted him for 4. Well bowled. Anyway, I think Wollongong, you know, what we talked about, well on top. Pitched up ball.
Good shot for none.
Well fielded. We've still got that vacant point region there, so we'll probably target that again.
Oh,
No width, well bowled again.
look a little nervous, Uni batsman. Definitely a different start to how Wollongong started their innings. Polar opposites.
Nudge and run.
That's better. Maintains the strike. And that's going to be 1 for 19 after 5. As that required run rate creeps up to 8.73.
Now, talking about like club culture, Aiden, do you remember both Wollongong and Uni songs? Do they have a club song?
We do, yeah. Uni's just recently added one a few years ago. It's pretty good. I don't know it off the top of my head. I certainly don't remember the Wollongong one. It's been, I think, 5 years now since I played for them. But the Kira one,
Yeah, the Kira one
definitely gets on my nerves after a loss at Kira Village.
it's quite obscene. It's been tried to be remixed numerous times, but it still holds strong.
Oh,
Grass.
that's 2 drops now for Chappell. He really needs to make the most of that.
Madison bowling a great spell here. He's just really tying them up. Hard to score.
It's gone
Elevates
big
over mid-on. And
to pick up a couple.
yeah, cut off on the boundary.
It's better.
I feel like Wollongong will set really good fields. They're bowling here. Seem to have the boundary riders in the right place. There's 2 balls remaining in the power play. I think Chappell will look to go again here. Got to run.
Oh, he's got to
Trouble.
go.
Oh dear. And he's run the captain out. Just bit of indecision there, and
Yeah.
great
bit of a
bounce throw, gone.
hesitation from Hearn.
And
That is massive.
suicidal running.
Yep. Just there, you see Mitch
Yeah,
Hearn
stutter. Yeah.
and it's cost him his wicket.
And fair enough, he's not happy with his fellow batsman there.
Well, brings Ben Page to the crease. He was my man of the match at the start of the game.
Well, if he's going to do something, it could be a man of the match performance to get
Yep.
home here.
He loves staying deadly. Let's hope he stays deadly.
So the run rate now at an intimidating 9.11 per over. Current run rate 3.6. And yeah, a really unnecessary run out there. Hearn was just getting himself in. He's just been left cold in the dark.
No run that time.
And end of the power play there. Uni. 2 for 21 in big strife.
They need 129 off 84. And that leaves Lachlan Madison 3 overs, 1 for 13. Oh, sorry, 1 for 5 off 3. That's incredible bowling. Mohammed Sheikh, 3 overs, none for 16. Well, Chaps has got to make up for that last run out.
Stroke through the offside for a single there. Now, Ben Page, your big game player, will he go from ball one?
No, I don't think so. I think he's a smart cricketer. I think one of the ways he scores his runs, he'll hit a 6 and a 4, but he'll often block or leave the next one. I think a lot of the uni players could learn from that. Doesn't go hard every ball. He picks his balls.
Does the
Probably
game
why he's
situation
the most informed batsman in the club.
Does the game situation allow for that though?
I think at only 6 overs gone, yes, and 8 wickets in the shed. Like, yes, they're not in a good position, but really, if you panic now and it goes bad, then it's seriously over. So if they can hold on, if they can really, kind of MS Dhoni it for a bit, stay cool, try and push this into the final overs,
Full toss
make
there.
sure they have wickets in hand, that'll give them a chance. But if they pull the trigger now and it doesn't work, then we can really just pack up shop and Wollongong will hold the title.
Pack up shop, head to the North Gong, I guess.
Yep. You'll see me down there, yours and ours. See, now they're just working it over.
That's the safest single from Chappell there.
Yep. But previous finals often do come down to the final ball, Dubbo.
Yeah, I remember a game, this is probably going back 6 or 7 years ago, for Kira. Needed a 4 off the last ball.
No, it was actually 10 years ago.
Right.
It was about 10 years ago. And they needed, 4 off the last ball.
And Welshie was bowling.
Welshie was bowling.
Graham Batty.
Neil Finlay fined us 9 runs in the final over.
Yep.
Last minute.
Slow over 8.
Slow over it, apparently. And
6 to finish.
6 to finish. Game over. See you later. That was fun.
Tough break.
Fast forward 8 years. I find myself in the same position, except playing for uni this time. Kurt Major was on strike, netting 4 off the last ball. I'd probably back Batty over Kurt for a 4 off the last ball.
Okay.
Hits a single. We lose again. So I've actually played for both sides in the final and lost off the last ball.
It's not like Kurt to do the wrong thing in the wrong situation, is it, Aiden?
Be careful, W. He's probably watching now.
Shout out to Kurt. So we've Uni have kind of crept along here to 27. Page on strike.
Yeah, just pushes it out there to cow corner for a single.
Plenty of intent there. I think he's looking to go large. I think Chappell's more going to stroke it round and try to redeem himself.
Yeah, I think Chaps probably needs to play the anchor here and let everyone else bat around him. Especially if he's going to play shots like that. Another dot ball. 2 dot balls. That's building the pressure. Run rate's only at 3.8. That the cried run rate has creeped up to almost 10 now.
Huge appeal.
Huge appeal. Not out. 3 dots in a row.
Mr. Chappell.
Mr. Chappell might want to go big here. Let's hope he doesn't lose his head. He does try to go
Slog
big.
Sweep. It's probably the one. They
Gets
should
a-
push 2 there, really.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing Wollongong did really well. They just got 2s when they hit the bloke on the boundary.
Yeah, and you can really see it in the way that Uni fielded. They dropped a lot of catches. They had a lot of misfields. They really put the pressure back on those Uni fielders. Uni doesn't seem to be switched on at the moment. Oh,
They should push
see this
2 there.
push 2 here. Even just push. He's going to go for it.
There you go.
And that's good running.
A bit more of that might get them back in the game. Especially if it's, 5 metres left to right of the bloke on the fence.
See, that leaves us at 2 for 31 after 8.
Uni needing an intimidating 119 off 72.
And that leaves Lachlan Madison 1 for 9 after his 4. 16 dots. That's a brilliant spell. Economy of 2.2 in a T20 final. He might get a call up to Sydney Thunder.
I was just saying, he might find his bonus in his account come Monday morning when the money clears, just quietly. Those stats are worth their weight in gold.
And this brings on young Whitehouse to bowl.
I think if they're going to target a bowler, it's got to be the change of bowler now before he gets his line of length. Despite the field being back, I think they've got to, climb back to that run rate.
So Chappell is on 10 off 20. And Benny Page is on 7 off 5.
Once again, big thanks to Johnson Legal. Apparently Mark couldn't be here. He's off tasting craft beers somewhere around Wollongong. Whitehouse first ball, short and didn't get up there. Chappell looking frustrated, but
stayed low. The wicket is 100 overs old.
he's batting outside his crease here. Big gap at square leg. Well bowled there, Yorker length.
Another dot. It's going to be 10 off 22 for Chaps.
They're just not giving him those balls to get up and under, so it's quality bowling. Hard to fold at the moment from Wollongong. Pretty clinical performance.
Does he know it's a T20? Maybe someone should send out a message and say it's not a 2-dayer.
I think he's just looking for that red ink, mate.
He is ropeable.
Slightly rattled at the moment, I think, Chappell. The weight of the situation really getting to him.
Four dots.
Looking for some adjectives here, Aiden. Capitulation. Any others?
I think I mentioned it before. Ropeable. I think he's absolutely ropeable with himself. for one. I don't think he pitched. I think he woke up this morning. I did not think he imagined 10 off 24. But he's still in. He still has his wicket. He still can turn it around.
I'll have to credit Whitehouse here. His first over's been quality. And edged and gone.
Oh wow.
Caught behind there.
Bold for me.
Oh,
I think it was
just
bold.
as I say, caught behind. Bold
Yep,
and caught behind.
There you go.
The old double play.
The old Dave Studholme. The old caught behind bold.
So as we see here,
Wow.
Bales dislodged. Chappell walking off, and I don't think he's going to go anywhere near his captain for the next half an hour.
He doesn't look too impressed. I'm looking forward to giving him some bit of stick after that.
Now the run rate is now up to a frightening 10.66.
10.6. It does bring Toby Dodds to the crease though.
Aiden, this is your team, Uni. Are you in any way thinking that they can pull this off?
Yeah, why not? You know, 2019. It's a new year. Still got 7 wickets in hand. Toby Dodds is a good bat. We've still got Glenn Lee to come in. Sahil's a good stick.
I think
Still are some batters there. And don't forget, man of the match Ben Page is still in the crease. So
I feel like if Uni can chase this down, I'd liken that to when South Africa chased 434 against Australia that time. I think that's the kind of situation we're looking at here.
I didn't know it was that bad, though.
And great over from Whitehouse there.
Wicket maiden.
That's as good as it gets, really.
Yep.
Well bowled, sir. The men in pink just dominating. Uni needing 119 more. 66 balls left. And probably wishing they have a Chris Lynn in the sheds at the moment, to be fair. And Kira's best ever net bowler, Pushpinder Singh, coming on to bowl. I'd liken him to a bit of a Shahid Afridi. Leg spin bowler, however, does slide them through. Has a fantastic straighter ball and just loves bowling. See how he goes.
Another dot.
There's a big shot on the boundary.
Cleared
And he's
it.
cleared him.
6.
6 is.
Benny
and
Page staying deadly.
There's Page coming to the party. Just to break things open a little, let's check the replay. He hasn't got all of it, but like we said, he's a big hitter, so.
I think, yeah, staying 5 in off the ropes cost him a wicket there.
Good cut shot there. Well fielded.
Uni really got to dig deep here. Don't let the big stage get to him.
Can you let us know a bit about Toby Dodds, Aiden?
Yeah, sure. Actually played with him at Wollongong back when he was a young leggy, son of Mick Dodds. We both got a case of the yips.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. Well, at least you still bowl leg spin these days, Dobbo.
Not well.
He went to Queensland as a under-19s all schools leg spinner.
And a great slog sweep
And
from
that's
Page
a great
there.
shot from Pagey. And now he finds him, after playing for Queensland all schools under-19s as leggy, he finds himself middle of the bat in first grade Illawarra.
Reborn. A hard craft leg spin.
You're not wrong.
And unforgiving. You can see Pushpinder's bowling some quality lengths here, but just been some good shots.
This is exactly what Uni needed, though. Mini fight back, but they need to keep up this effort. It's not bad there from Page. He's respected a good ball. As long as he doesn't lose his wicket.
12 off. 3 for 43, Uni. And as you can see, a few solemn Uni supporters there, but there's a little glimmer of hope with Page there. We've got Glenn Lee, looks like at the front there that
He looks like he's just gone 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, Dubbo.
he has a beautiful shiner, but still bat.
Oh, of course he has to bat. It's the final.
So run rate still over 10, but I feel a few good overs getting it under 10 might give them a sniff.
Handy shot there.
Yeah, run
At
that
least
down the
two.
third man there. Now, last year's final was against two Illawarra heavyweights. That was Balgownie and Dapto, and there's been a few rumours about some retirements, and a few of the Dapto boys, Paddy Hammond and Dale Seifleet, have recently retired from cricket and taken up ring bowling. It's a variation of lawn bowls, and
I did see that. Did you find yourself in Adelaide or somewhere
it's
the other week?
only played in Glenelg, South Australia,
Yeah.
and yeah, they've kind of taken their talents elsewhere. So good luck to Dale and Pat in the future with ring bowling. Big loss to Dapto cricket.
Oh, plain and miss there.
So if we're going to start doing the early crow and handing out man of the match, who are we giving it to, Aidan, at this stage?
Well, just going off the way that Lachlan Madison bowled, I thought it was unbelievable. Going at 2 runs and over in a T20 final. Can't fault it, and he didn't bat too bad as well, but also his brother
Yeah, Duncan's
notched
innings
up
a 50.
50 odd, yeah. But we still don't know the winner. And my money's still on Benny Page as he's still at the wicket.
Whitehouse again. Jeez, he's bowled
Yeah,
well.
he's bowled unbelievable.
He's just hitting Yorkers regularly. And you can see the frustration on the uni batsman. It's just such a tough spot. You don't want to throw your wicket away, but you also don't want to chew up balls. So.
Exactly, yeah. It just says that required run rates creeps up to 11.3. 11.3.
3? 11.3.
Those beers are going down nicely. Oh, he's gone big.
Now we're talking, Dr.
There
Harry.
we go.
And that's cleared the regular fence, and that's about a 90-minute hit there. So
Benny Page, the man. Needs to stay calm, stay deadly.
next time I see Chappell, I'll just have to tell him to take out a page of Page's book. Start putting him over the fence, son.
Chaps had a good innings, 10 off about 50 rocks, and ran out the captain.
Yeah, look, sometimes cricket is just not your day.
And a misfield down at long off, just quietly.
Tough times. All right, so 3 for 52. I like Uni's little fight back here. They're not throwing the toys out of the cot just yet. Dodds getting settled. Page showing his big hitting prowess.
2 good sticks.
Just checked the Facebook stats, and we've actually got 25,000 people tuned in all over the world at the moment. So that's a Illawarra cricket high. So thanks for all the viewers. Big time appreciation. Page again.
Page goes long.
Over mid on.
Just for a single.
Despite copping a bit of tap that first over, I still think Pushpinder's landing them well here.
So they need about 2 a ball here.
96 from 52. 7 wickets in the shed, though. Oh, Doddsy. Was well run, but still very risky.
I think the key there is just no hesitation. Just
Yep. I think that's what cost Mitch Hearn.
sky ball.
Oh, no.
And that was exactly what Uni Club did not need.
Yeah.
The man with the firepower.
That's Uni's worst nightmare.
Push Pinder there, really deserved a wicket. Been landing them well.
Jump
Outside
media
off stump.
replay.
Big top edge. Knew he was done.
As soon as he hit that, he knew that was over.
And
So that brings Sahil Patania to the crease at 4 for 55. Uni still needing 95 off 51.
so looking for that slog sweep. The turn away from the bat. And tough times for Uni cricket.
Any Page 25 off 16.
Good innings there. It's just no
Good
one's really
innings,
followed him.
Just didn't go on with it.
Catania.
It's going to go 2.
Good positive running there.
Well, Dubbo, cricket, it's gone through a bit of a revolution lately. No longer do we see Channel 9 the home of cricket, now Channel 7. What are your thoughts?
Well, Illawarra Cricket didn't quite have the budget for Bruce McAvaney coming in this morning and doing his big pre-game amble, but yeah, it's a little different. Not so much free-to-air stuff, but luckily we're streaming live over Facebook at the moment for all the punters.
Facebook's still free for now. Personally, I like it. I was a bit sick of the old David Warner. You know, they use big bats and
Yeah, a bit much of the same sometimes, a bit
Yeah.
like our commentary.
the KFC ads, and I was getting a bit over it. So personally, I quite like the fact that it's changed hands. Disappointing to see that ODIs aren't on free-to-air anymore. Hopefully it doesn't affect the standard of cricket in Australia, because we definitely can't afford to lose any more of our standard, especially at state level.
We've got to change a bowler here. David Wood.
I think it's David Woods on.
Hustle and bustle.
As Sahil gets off the mark first ball with a nudge.
So Uni need to really tour ball here, so it's hard to know what they'll do, if they're gonna try to go deep or at least give themselves a chance so they don't fall 30 or 40 short.
Yeah, maybe just work it round to maybe 15, maybe 16, and then pull the trigger. But in saying that, they still need about 12 and over, so they can't really stuff around too much.
I think Wollongong's fielding's been a class above Uni, you'd say.
Oh, you'd have to. I don't think they've dropped 5 catches, that's for sure.
And just off, coming off the fence there and making sure there's not 2.
Yeah, just that intent. They've just really been seemed a bit more calm, I think. This big stage hasn't got to them, the Wollongong, the
Yeah,
Lighthouse keepers.
I suppose those guys on the payroll, they're kind of experienced in these situations. Poor Uni students, might have overwhelmed them a little bit.
Well,
It's either a hex debt or a paycheck.
Well, finally, Wollongong's paychecks are proven dividends, Dobbo.
Cash them in. Woods in again. Keep it at 1 there.
To Owen in the deep. Oh. Still doesn't make up for his golden duck though, does it?
Yeah, direct hit there. Crowd's getting around him, but, you know, we've all thrown the stumps down before, especially with no pressure. Underarm. Oh. He's obviously never played 10-pin bowling because that was just a spare gone begging there.
That was absolute suicide.
He's got 3 pegs to aim at, and he's not closed out that frame.
Yeah, it kind of shows where Uni's at now.
Desperation.
Absolute desperation. Ridiculous suicide runs. Maybe a handful of boundaries. 4 for 61 after 12.5. Capitulation.
Nudge and run. And the Uni bookkeepers, 4 for 62 off 13.
So that brings Singh back onto bowl. Quicker ball. It's going to go down and fine leg. It might run. No, it's going to pull up just short, and they're going to run an easy 3. Playing a miss there from Dodds. That moves Dodds 10 off 10. Sahil 6 off 5. We've got the replay. Top edge. Down a fine leg. Toby Dodds pushes back in his crease. Cuts for 1. Brings Sahil back on strike. But they desperately need some boundaries. That required run rate now pushing up to almost 13. As Sahil goes for a sweep, should pick up 2. Two there. So that run rate now is only at 5. And that's out. Leading edge there. Caught at cover. Singh picks him up. Sahil's removed for 8 off his 7, and that brings Huey Brighton to the crease with an absolute mammoth task ahead, Dubbo.
Yeah, Pushpinder, I did call him for plenty of wickets today, and it must have been all that Kieran net bowling, to be fair.
Maybe he was watching you bowl, Dubbo.
Stranger things have happened.
As we got the Jum Media replay here. Yeah, too much bottom hand.
Leading edge there.
On his way. Tell your story walking.
Uni have now crawled along to 5 for 68. Do you think, Aiden, if they had the time back, that they would choose to bowl?
No. No, not. Especially not with the way that they fielded. If you're going to choose to field first, you really got to, show instinct. You really got to make the most of it. Bowl properly. Field properly, mind you. 5, what was it? 5 drop catches. Few missed runouts. And they've obviously taken that annoyance into the sheds, and they've shown it with the way they've batted as well. They haven't regrouped properly. I don't mind absolutely slamming them because I am from uni, so but it is annoying to see.
Frustration from uni, I think, club war. Thunder fan on the hill there. I think he's wearing a John O'Cook shirt.
Shout out to John O'Cook.
The old man bun. Lucky hair loss doesn't run too deep in Kira Cook, but he's only claimed a few.
Only the great, Stubbo. Only the great ladies.
So we're looking at a ridiculous 81 from 36. I think if you're still batting though, you still back yourself to at least get a sniff.
Yeah, you've always got to back yourself for sure, but just as we say that, here he's gone first ball, bowled.
Castle disturbed.
That's going to bring Glenn Lee to the wicket after 12 rounds with Shannon Taylor. We got the Jump Media replay.
Look at that Yorker length. It's just worked for Wollongong.
They've just outplayed Uni in all facets, really. Batting, bowling and fielding. I think the better team's going to win on the day, Dubbo.
Snuck under the bat there. Uni in big trouble here. 6 for 69.
But
Glenn Lee.
they still do have 2 bats at the crease. Glenn Lee is a great batsman.
Will he be able to see out
He's a
of
great batsman as well.
that gap in the grill? He's a
not
little
as-
bit swollen.
Yeah, but it's not as if they're sending out bowlers. They're still sending out batsmen.
Ever the optimist, Aiden Green. That's why you bowled leg spin for so long. It'll come good eventually. Oh, nearly another bowl there. Bit of a scramble from
Almost.
the keeper. Pushing for 2.
Just the one.
It's a single.
But
big-
sometimes funny knocks like that can kind of knock you into sense, you know?
Turn him into a different player, possibly.
A 6-hitting machine will come in handy.
Yeah, they're going to need miracles, prayers. If you jump on the Facebook feed now, 1 like equals 1 prayer for Uni.
Change your profile pic.
Hearts for Uni.
Yeah,
Shot from Dodds there.
great shot.
Should be able to
Probably
manage
only
2.
2 though. And just quietly looking at that required run rate, it's creeped all the way up to 14. Probably need a Mitch Hearn to come in at number 8, but I think he's out.
If you can put on disguise and maybe rock in as another player.
If he wears a helmet, he might look like a different batsman. Single down there. Dodds. Dodds is the key here. 14 off 13. He's really got to start going big. He's got to back himself. Probably sooner rather than later, looking at the run rate required.
Yeah, look, it's gone pretty deep.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Wollongong Cricket Club. It's their home ground here at Dalton. They always put on a great show around the canteen and keeping the ground looking immaculate as it does. It's a big product for Illawarra Cricket, this ground. It's got us a few shield matches, so whatever they're doing, it's quality, and it's always great to be here at Dalton when the big games arrive. Another Yorker length, and
Picks up a single.
as we've said earlier, it's a lot of singles and more singles and a few wickets.
Yep. Not enough boundaries. 77 now, or 76 after 30 balls. 5 overs to go. Run rate required 15. Uni are absolutely up against the wall here.
Now, as we get deeper in this game, and it looks like Uni don't have much hope, Aiden, have you got a best back at the club story or back at the sponsor story? Anything you've seen, you know, we can keep it PG rated, but, you know, anything springs to mind?
Oh, we've both shared sponsorships at the TC. Plenty of stories back there, going back there to the village.
I have got a pretty quality Kira story. It's going back a while.
Do
passed
share.
on through some old boys. The Kira Great actually passed out upstairs once, and there was a bit of foliage underneath the first story, and he was actually tossed off the first level.
Jesus.
He survived.
He survived.
He's not playing cricket anymore, though.
Former Uni cricket player McGregor was found relieving himself, or not relieving himself almost, but urinating in an elevator at Master Builders. That cost us a sponsorship.
Also cost him his uni career, to be fair.
Yeah.
Now a Balgani Great, the captain killer he calls himself. Shout out to Luke. He's just seriously such a good player. Bat, ball, in the field, and he'll tell you. No
Good
sarcasm
chirp
there.
too.
Yeah, no sarcasm there at all either. Quality cricketer. And Pushpinder just rolling them in.
Dodgy goes big. I think most our stories end up at the Harp. Singing karaoke, you'll find Mitch Calder and James Chappell singing Robbie Williams weekly at the old Harp.
I'm guessing a few of the uni boys being uni students might be single, and that single mum demographic is something they're probably targeting, I guess, Aiden.
Oh, absolutely. Quite often, most of the stories are of the single mums. Shout out to single mums, if you're listening. We just have the great Jason Welsh with us now. Would you like to say something, Welshie? Interrupting the live coverage. You sure? One of the greats.
4 overs to go, and not impossible, but improbable. 71 from 24. The required run rate is a staggering 17.75. Aiden, have you still got hope for your club?
No. Not anymore, Dodds. Which club, says Welshie?
Well, Balgani, I think, is a junior.
University. Club slut. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Aiden Green here representing Wollongong and Uni.
I'm representing the commentary box, don't I?
We're just all about cricket here. Pushing the game. And I can hear the Wollongong boys on the field. They are ready to celebrate. They've called it early. And probably fair enough too at this stage.
Dobbo, do we have security? We can escort out one Welsh. Seriously.
No
He's
security.
had a few, I think.
And no security on hand at the moment. You can't knock a winner. Loves the premiership. Wollongong looking to go second and first grade for a big afternoon for the club.
Uni fourth and thirds.
Yeah, it's probably telling you something there.
Just as that required run rate goes up to almost 20.
Now, Aiden, have you ever been hit for 20 off and over?
Oh, plenty of times. Who hasn't? You?
Well,
I'm sure
like
you have. I think I've hit you for 20 off one over,
I think about 2 hours ago, I did mention that the number 11 from Port yesterday hit me for 16, so he was close.
How many games has he played this year? Usually number 11 reports a ring in.
They got him straight off Wentworth Street, to be fair. He didn't even know what cricket was until he saw my bowling.
What gender was he?
He thought, how good's this?
Was he gender neutral?
He could hit a 4. He had to play one shot, the full toss.
Standard.
Okay, Uni trickling along. Glenn Lee just digging in, the fighter that he is.
Yeah, just showing a bit of pride here. Hanging on.
Wood still doing a great job here for Wollongong. They really haven't let up. They've been dominating, but they haven't really delivered any loose stuff since.
Better teams definitely going to win on the day.
So, Aiden, is it fair to say you might, obviously you signed up for uni this year, but have you had a thought of playing for Wollongong next year?
No.
That's a fair call.
Especially after that performance from Walshy. Finally, security's escorted him out.
All right, 6 for 83, Uni.
So just the 67 off 3 overs. My money's with Uni here.
The only time I've seen a game won like this is at that Hong Kong Sevens, where they're playing on synth though, and the boundaries are 20 metres.
And there's about 5 fielders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Afghani 10-10 or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a possibility.
Would come in handy.
And Whitehouse coming on from the other end. I did just remember another, I suppose it's not a back to the club story, but about, maybe 10 years ago, I think it was, that Kira T20 first grade premiership and a second grade. We decided to celebrate in style on a Monday and went to Star City Casino on a Monday. We all came back with lighter pockets and realised that was foolish, celebrating such a cheap title.
Oh, is that a slight dig there?
Definitely overdid it. Oh,
Great shot there, Glee.
it's the first thing we've seen reach the boundary in quite a time.
Better late than never. Probably just needs another 15 of those off the last 17, Dubbo.
I think in all seriousness, though, Wollongong are looking to take all the championships this year, starting with the T20, and I reckon they back themselves as favourites for the 2-day comp. So,
Well, when you're paying 50 grand a season, Dubbo, you'd want to.
I'm not sure what you've heard, but it sounds like good money to me.
That's probably another... No, it's going to drift down for 3.
Well, I think everyone have to agree. Some of the players we're seeing come through all the clubs in Illawarra cricket's pretty impressive. I think all the clubs have 3 to 4 players that could really step up and play next level cricket. So I think the comp is strong at the moment, and we've seen some exciting cricket today.
Definitely strong with me and you in second grade, Dub. Well, mind you, you've been playing a bit of ones, just quietly.
Kira are the dark horses this year. I think we might have just snuck into 4th. Update on the score. We're looking at 6 for 91, and they only need 59 of 14.
Just the 59.
And the run rate required just a tick over 25, so that would be concerning. He's just starting to strike it well, though.
If they get 30 off the last 2 overs here, 30 and over here, I think they might be in it, Dubbo.
Statistically, yes.
If they can start hitting a 6 every ball, I think we can see a fight back on our hands.
Yeah, there might be some kind of team plan going here for Uni. You never know.
Maybe Hearn could run out a message. Hit a 6 every ball.
Whitehouse charging in, been impressive. It's a leg by there.
And that's
Maybe an inside edge.
well bowled from Whitehouse. 3 overs. 1 for 20 off his 3.
Quality figures.
Very, very well bowled from the young Whitehouse. So, 28 and over needed for the last 2 overs. Glenn Lee, Toby Dodds. Toby Dodds finds himself on 19 off 23.
That might have been the
Glenn
Reading.
Lee 16 off 11. Are they looking for the Reading? Dobbo.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about with Chappell. He's just looking for, you know,
Yeah,
it's
just
like getting 100 in a losing side.
yeah,
It's
just
one of the finer points of cricket.
just look after the averages. Maybe look at getting picked for the Illawarra side just on the averages. Choose yourself over the team.
All right, so we've come to that point where the required rate is bang on 30. So we're looking for a 6 every ball here for the next 11.
Yeah, he's got a swing. Swing,
It's a nice shot.
nice shot. Might find himself 2. Swing again.
Catching. Oh, that's a great effort.
Just 4 short. Great effort.
Great hustle on the boundary there, attacking the ball.
Deep. As long as we go down swinging. Single. Maybe they're trying to get it down to the last over, Dobbo.
The Dhoni.
Maybe the Dhoni 50 off the old
Yeah.
50 off the last over.
I think MS7 couldn't pull it off from here.
You never know, a couple of no balls, 6s. We're back in it. Uni are back in it.
Ever the optimist.
Oh, goes to the ramp. No result. Nah, the Uni boys will be disappointed. It's 2 finals now that we've lost. Bally 2 years ago and then Wollongong this year. They will be disappointed, that's for sure.
We've only got 7 balls left in this game. Uni just about to crawl over 100, and I think Wollongong, they're just going to be pretty happy with their performance. Batted well, 150, a huge score on Dalton Park, to be fair.
Yeah, batted well, bowled well, fielded well.
Over the top there, 1 bounce to mid-off.
1. Dodgy just looking for the red ink here. So, 50 off the last over, Dodgy. Who's your money on?
Well, the betting markets have closed, to be fair.
I think
And,
they're still open. I think they will accept money for Uni. You just give them money and they just take it.
All bets are paid on Wollongong.
Yeah.
And my same game multi that I spoke about 3 hours ago is well and truly dead and buried.
Yeah. 9-2, my man of the match. I think that's done and dusted.
All right, if we're going to keep this last over interesting, how many do you think Uni can score off this last over, Aiden?
6, maybe 7.
All right, I'm going to say 8.
8. Yeah.
Eight off the last, just to
A run
wrap
ball
us
has
up.
been the theme of the innings so far. So he goes big. He's probably going to
catch
get
in the
caught.
boundary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brings Voicey to the crease.
So,
So we got the jump media replay.
Trying to go over the top, keep the crowd happy, and not enough. Safe hands from one of the Maddisons down there. A wry smile, knowing that his team's just going to do this in a canter.
Yep, the beers are going to be extra cold tonight for the Lighthouse keepers, that's for sure. And that leaves Dodds 23 off 28.
So 5 balls remaining in this match. Sky ball. Keeper's catch.
Oh, God.
Well,
I think he took a leaf out of Uni's book, that catch.
I've seen it all. I've seen it all today, to be fair. With the mitts on as well. And the bowler is just devastated.
Yeah. So just the 49 now to win off 4. Run rate required 73.
I think we'll take this time to once again thank Johnson Legal, a big supporter of Illawarra cricket. Anytime you're in trouble with the law, compensation or criminal law, make sure you give...
Mostly compensation, I think.
Yeah, make sure you give the Johnson Legal team a call. They'll be more than happy to help you out.
If you find yourself injured on the cricket field,
After dropping a catch.
After dropping a catch, yeah. Well, there's plenty of those today. There's probably 6 cases he's got under his belt, Johnson.
And Jump Media, this is the first time they've done the Illawarra cricket coverage, and it's been absolute quality.
It's been fantastic.
We've had slow-mos from every angle.
Probably could line the bowlers up, line the camera up a bit straighter maybe next time.
Oh, from the forklift, do you reckon?
Yeah, put the forklift a bit straighter maybe, but...
That's been good.
It's been good. They've been told to keep clear of the side screens.
Oh, another dropped catch. It's about the 12th today. But Jump Media being a local company, it's great they're on board from Kiama, and I think any time you'd like some local sport streamed, I think these guys will be more than happy to take on your business and deliver you a quality product. Another big thank you to Illawarra Cricket. Myself and Aidan will look for our checks in the mail. $1 an hour will do. Well, that's a good shot.
Great shot from Boise.
And that's cleared the fence too.
Well,
last ball.
Too little, too late. But
great shot to finish the game,
Boise.
I think.
It's had a strong game. But Wollongong take the title. T20 Premierships 2019 Cricket Illawarra by 39 runs. That's a comprehensive win, Dubbo.
Well done, Uni Cricket Club, but commiserations. Wollongong too good on the day. And yeah, I think that kind of leaves us poised for a really good second half of the season in the 1 and 2 day comp. Wollongong maybe considering themselves favourites, but with clubs like Kira knocking down the door, you never know.
Especially with you in the first grade side, Dubbo.
That's right.
So that leaves, I think, first grade Wollongong, second grade Wollongong, third grade Uni, fourth grade Uni for the T20 finals today. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Be sure to join us again next year as you find Dobbo into his 5th year, I think 6th year now. It's a pleasure to talk with you today, Dobbo.
Yeah, due for long service leave, so we'll never know. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Been a good afternoon.
Cheers. Goodbye.
Wollongong District for hosting, once again being fine hosts, and also Jump Media, who have streamed our finals for the first time and done a tremendous job.
That's a match point there. Yeah, you need to get match point anyway. So I don't care.